everybody, it's Olivia, and today I am here to talk to you all about Christmas knitting because Christmas is right around the bend. It's actually not, but as far as knitting goes, it might as well be, because if you plan on doing some serious Christmas knitting / crocheting, it's probably time to get started. I've actually been thinking about Christmas knitting for far too long this year. I've only been seriously Christmas knitting for probably 3 years, where I try to make gifts for a lot of people that are hand knit, and I usually start, as early as when school starts, which is next week. So I've been compiling my Christmas knitting list, which will be added to, but I just thought I'd talk to you guys about it because I don't know how many of you have ever considered doing Christmas knitting. It's really, really rewarding to do that as a gift for people, and people usually like it. And I realize that it is still August, like I said, and it's extremely hot outside. Not that you can tell because I'm wearing a sweater. It's really cold in my parents' house. But it's kind of hard to think about doing Christmas stuff, but you'll be really happy that you did, because it usually takes a while to make things. To make that volume of things for people by the time that Christmas is done. And once Christmas is, close, you're doing so many other things that you just do not have time to think about it. So save yourself the trouble this year and join in with me in Christmas knitting in August. So I just thought that I would share with you guys what my list looks like so far. I only have 6 things listed, but I still am kind of like wavering about things, or I need to ask people what they would want. Generally speaking, I've done Christmas knitting very differently every year. So last year, my strategy was to just knit whatever the heck I want, and then just put it in a box, and then have people dig through it, and whatever they wanted out of what I made, they could have. So my roommates last year all got knitted things from me for Christmas, but they just got to choose what they liked, but I still got to knit what I wanted to knit, and I didn't feel like it was work because I didn't have to make something that they had specifically asked for, even if I didn't like it. So that worked out pretty well. My roommates, none of them knit last year, and they weren't, I don't know that they thought it was the coolest thing ever, but they wore the stuff. I mean, I saw them around campus wearing stuff that I'd made, which made me feel really nice. And it was a good feeling. But this year I'm going to go back to what I did 2 years ago and just make a list of people that I consider knit worthy, and I'm going to knit them something for Christmas if they're choosing. I just will get to choose the pattern and the yarn, or maybe in this case, I showed you guys this yesterday. My friend picked this out, and with this yarn I'm going to make her a hat for Christmas. So I'm going to pick the pattern and everything involving that, but she got to pick the yarn. And I generally try to be really considerate when I'm doing knitting, because I want to make something that they're going to wear, because making something for someone and then having them not wear it is kind of one of the worst feelings ever, because you put so much time into doing it and then they don't really appreciate it, or don't really have any instances where they could wear it. It kind of stinks. So usually what I do by policy is I kind of just stick to smaller things for people, so like a hat, a scarf or cowl or something, or mittens, because I can do all of those relatively quickly, and they're just like a nice little quick project, quick gratification. So I asked them what they would prefer of the 3, and then based on that I asked them further questions. So she wanted a hat this year because I gave her a headband last year, and she wanted something that would cover the top of her head too. So okay, I said, what color is your winter coats then, so I could plan accordingly, and that's how we came onto this, because it coordinates with all of her winter coats and isn't going to clash with any of them. So we're making her a hat, and the pattern that I have selected is called Marty on Ravelry. Excuse me there for burping, that was awful. I'm such a lady. So it's called Marty, and it's for a bulky weight, which is what this is, and I'll put a picture of it right here. Reading through the comments though, I've noticed that a lot of people complained about it being small, so I'm probably going to have to swatch for it or something and just kind of see how it's looking. I generally am kind of a looser knitter, so I'm not particularly worried about it, but it says to cast on 72 stitches with a 10.5 needle, and that just doesn't seem like enough, but I don't know. I'll have to try it and then see how it goes. But I just, thinking about it from last year, I knit a hat with a super bulky yarn, so way thicker than this, and I think I cast on around the same number of stitches, so I'm kind of trying to think about how that's gonna work out. Maybe I'll have to modify the pattern and make it a little larger so it isn't skin tight on her head, because I want it to be wearable. So that's that. So that's for my friend Kim. I'm not posting this on Facebook so that none of them really know about it, because none of them are actually subscribed to my channels. They just watch the videos if I post them. So, and then this hat that I showed yesterday too, I'm going to make for my cousin Krista, I think, because she really likes bright colors, and this is pretty bright, but it also has some darker colors to tone it down. And I think this could go with a lot of different coats, so she could probably wear this with gray, black, brown. You could probably get away with this with red even, or blue, because it has kind of some of those colors in it, so I think this would be safe for anything. I'm going to be making the Windhelm pattern, and I'll put a picture of what that pattern looks like here. And it's a really nice pattern. It's very simple, which is what I wanted, like I said, because the color changes so often that you want something that's really going to display the yarn. And so that's why I selected that pattern. And then, okay, the rest of these I don't have yarns for, so I'll just show you the picture. I have them, they're just not with me, they're in Morris. But so for my friend Liesl, who you guys have met before, I'm going to be making the Lily of the Valley hat, which is kind of a beret style beanie-ish. It's like a hybrid of the two. So here's a picture of that. And I'll be making that in this mint yarn that I have. It's 100% wool that I got from my boyfriend's mom a couple years ago for my birthday, and I still have it. It's really, really nice yarn, so I'll be making that for her. For Ian, I'm going to shoot for a pair of socks. I don't know if it'll be fingering weight, or maybe I'll do kind of like a house socks in worsted or something. I don't know. Ian, it's kind of hard to knit for because I don't know. I made him a hat 2 winters ago, or 2 winters ago I think, and he didn't really wear it when I knit it for him, but then he wore it later, but it got dirty and he needed to wash it, but he just hasn't washed it because he doesn't know how to, which I should probably just do it for him. But then he didn't wear it after that, so he wore it for a while, but it kind of got greasy. You know how your hair can get your hats greasy and stuff, so I don't really want to make him another hat because I think that one looks nice still. It just needs to be taken care of. I really should have done that probably for him. I'll do that sometime. So I'm thinking of socks for him, not hat. Let's see, who else is on the list? My friend Abby wants a scarf, and she asked for it in white because she wants it to last a while. You know, if she gets other coats, then she can still put it with whatever. So I haven't picked a pattern yet because I haven't gotten the yarn, so I don't know what weight it's going to be, because that'll obviously depend on what scarf pattern I pick. Although, I mean, scarves are more adaptable for different yarn weights, because I could knit a pattern for a DK. If it called for DK, I could still knit it with worsted, and I could just scale it down if I wanted it smaller, or if I just wanted it a big scarf, I could do it in worsted. And then the other 2 people that I would maybe knit something for are my roommates. The only thing that's kind of holding me up there is they both knit this year. The 2 girls that I'm living with both knit, and they're good knitters, so it's not like they couldn't make something for themselves. And I always just feel kind of weird about knitting things for people that can knit and crochet, because, well, crochet I guess not so much, but people that can knit, you know, you feel like they could have done this for themselves, and maybe they didn't like something that you chose for them, and I just get really crazy about it. As you can tell, I have things with, I don't want to make something that someone's not going to like, because I put a lot of time into it, and it means a lot that I made it for them, and for them to not, I don't know. Am I crazy? Do you guys ever feel that? I literally feel anxious about it sometimes. When I'm giving people stuff, I just feel really nervous that they're not going to like what I made. I think I must be crazy. I don't know. I don't know, guys. So maybe I'll crochet them something, because they don't really crochet that. Well, that's not true. They both crochet. Who am I kidding? They can do anything. My roommates are super talented. They both sew, they both knit, they both crochet. They're both in concert choir with me. They're just extremely talented young ladies. They can pretty much do anything. If they both can embroider, I don't know what to make for them. I'll think of something, but I don't know. And then I'm probably gonna knit something for my grandparents too, but I don't know what to make for them, because I've made them both scarves for Christmas. I've made them both slippers for Christmas. I don't know if they would really wear hats. And I don't know that they would really wear mittens, because I think they both prefer gloves. And the thought of knitting gloves kind of puts me into a panic. So, I mean, knitting every finger, it just sounds so tedious and fiddly and awful that I just can't even think of doing it, because it just stresses me out. And then as far as my family goes, I might knit something for my aunt who knits, but then again, it's that same thing of like, she could make something for herself, and she would probably know more what she would like, but I worry about people not liking things that I've knit. I'm just kind of like a broken record right now. I just can't, I don't know, I worry about it, but. So that's kind of my ideas floating around right now for Christmas. I'm sure I'll be talking about it again several times before Christmas, and so in the comments below, you guys should share what you have done planning wise for Christmas and things. Are you going to do it this year? Are you not going to do it? Who are you planning on making things for? Do you have any patterns picked out yet? I'm kind of toying with the idea of doing a Christmas knit along, and just people can like submit their finished Christmas gift projects on Ravelry. I'd set up a group or something, and then I'd maybe do prizes for the winner. I'd just randomly select a winner of the finished project page. So that's an idea. So if you guys think that you would maybe like to participate in something like that, it wouldn't just be a knit along. I mean, you could crochet, embroider, just anything crafty even would be cool by me. But just let me know if you're interested. And like I said, if you're thinking about Christmas knitting yet, if you don't even think about it until November or December, you crazy people, I don't know. So I hope this wasn't too rambly for you guys, and I'm sorry I look awful. I've been cleaning all day for my mom and ripping out seams in the flag, so I haven't really been outside in the world, so I haven't had a reason to fix myself, so I'll stop talking now. I hope you guys have an absolutely lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye.